That's not how the Force works.
I don't care!
G'day guys and welcome back to Casual Rage. Prepare to start the show, R2. This is where the fun begins. Yo! G'day guys and welcome to Casual Rage. Casual Rage where we casually rage out about the topics of the week. We are up to 194 too. We're so close to that 200. I keep talking about it because every week we keep getting closer. I think that's how math works. How you doing everyone? I was just thinking, watching that intro, like it's been a while since I've actually dressed up. But I think what happened was I went through like everything that I sort of had a couple of times and it just got boring after a while. I should do the narratives fucked like dress up at some point. I kind of did it for Flashcast recently. I don't know, like a month or two ago. But yeah, we've got a lot to talk about. We talked a little bit about that Jaguar like ad that they did, and there has been like there's a clip of something. I don't know whether or not it's in response, but it's the director of marketing of Jaguar that we're going to listen to. We're going to talk a little bit about Brie Larson. We're going to talk a little bit about Wicked. Not that Wicked interests me or probably any of you at all, but it's just, I got to talk about the way, like the promotion for this. It's not even like I don't care about Wicked. I really don't. I watched The Wizard of Oz as a kid, but like it never really meant anything like too, sentimental for me. But like anyway, we're going to talk about it. It's so weird and creepy and strange. And I'd run parallels to the way that these two people are acting when they're like being interviewed or whatever to the Pedro Pascal thing. When he, touched, I can't even remember her name, but, touched her arm on stage because he was like nervous as shit. Like these fucking Hollywood people, then they need to get their shit together. We're going to talk about Skeleton Crew. Then we've got some Star Wars news. And of course, we've got Seal of the Week. Let's see. Let's quickly say hello to the chat. See who we've got here. We've got Justin. How you doing? Star Wars Marvel purist. I was watching his the replay of his stream. Was it last night? I think it was last night. Man, I watch so many replays and stuff like that it all just like, I'll listen to it in the car. I'll listen to it. I'll like even get out of the car, chuck the TV on, put it on mute just so that there's something flashing in the background and like watch. It's so funny. I can play it on my TV. It's so like, I'm so retarded like that. How you doing, Justin? Good to see you. We've got Jordan in the chat. How you doing, Jordan? And a happy Thanksgiving, of course, to all my American friends out there. I hope you're having a really, really awesome day. And I hope that there hasn't been too many fights over the politics, over those dinner tables. I have no doubt that there's been a couple. We got Cellshade in the chat. How you doing, Cellshade? Good to see you. Now, I saw, like, before we started, I saw a little bit of this talk. What's going on? Oh, no, not this, sorry. This, I haven't watched. I was actually thinking maybe we'll watch one of those while we're doing Seal of the Week today. Because normally we'll watch a Grizzly video, but maybe we'll watch a Knights of Melbourne video. But no, it wasn't that. It was this one. Sorry. I don't know. Like, are you talking about his stream today? 120? If you're talking about 120, I'm in the process of I've listened to half of it. But I don't know. I like Critical Drinker. I obviously don't agree with him on everything. Like his opinion on Andor is, I don't know. I'd like to have a conversation with these people because they see a lot of what I see in a lot of the other Star Wars stuff and a lot of the other things as well, with continuity issues or jangling keys and stuff like that. So I want to present to them why, to me, this just seems like the same thing as what we get, maybe with a little bit better dialogue and possibly character motivations. I still think there's a problem with the motivations, but then again, that's what I want to go through with them and ask them, how do you justify that in your head that makes this like good? And I also don't know what they would rank it, let's say, in a number value. Like, is it just a 5 out of 10? Is it just average, but it's still like decent? Is that where they're coming from? But yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about in the chat there. I'll need to watch the stream but I also watched Critical Drinker's movie. And I watched it twice, actually. I watched it by myself the first time, and then my mate came over, and I'm like, oh, before we watch Stargate, can I show you this thing? He's like, yeah. So we chucked it on, and he really liked it. I thought it was really good. It definitely made, especially on the second viewing, there was one part that I thought, the music doesn't, for me, really, like it. It's too much. I know what they were going for, but it was too much. And if you've seen it, there's this one moment between Ryan Drake and the Russian-y kind of dude where, like, you know, they're working out what they're going to do, and then he jumps in with a little bit of controversy stuff, and the music changes, and it was just a bit too much for me. Again, I know what they were going for. They were going for the tension between these two characters a little bit. But I thought there was a better moment with that Russian dude. And excuse me for not knowing or remembering the names of all of them. But when he's talking about like just dropping bombs on enemy territory, and like the civilian casualties. And that, like, and he goes, it never stopped people before. And it's kind of like that infers something in his backstory has something to do with that, which is really good. I really enjoyed it. And if it was like a series, or even if there were movies to do with it, I'd be interested to watch them because they're action packed. It's not slow, but also not too fast. The pacing's like really good. And I thought for a 45-minute, you could almost call this one episode, but it's also its own isolated, you could say, mini movie. But you want to know more. That's the thing. Like, it's kind of funny. You look at this in contrast to The Acolyte, right? The Acolyte, they left so many doors open, right? That people could be like theorizing about going down these avenues. Nobody cared. But like with this show, Like you get to the end of it, it's like, whoa, I want to know about this guy. Like you've got your specific characters that you're interested in. You've got backstory, like the way that they did the flashbacks, I thought was really good. I really liked it. I really, really enjoyed it. And like I said, there was only really one moment that I could criticize, and it was more so on the second viewing that I noticed it more. Was just a bit of a music thing. It actually had nothing to do with like characters or writing or anything. It was just a choice in the way that they decided to put a score over that scene. Other than that, fantastic. But I'm going to finish watching Critical Drinkers stream. And then, I don't know. Maybe I'll know what you guys are talking about. Who else have we got here? We got Mike Hill in the chat. How you doing, Mike? Good to see you. We got Melissa Lord. How you doing, Melissa? This is really good to see you. Star Round 7. Ryan Gosling's in the chat. How you doing, Ryan Gosling? Pro Jack fan. Mike Hill for his 36-month member chat. That's a long fucking time, dude. It's a long time, and I really do appreciate it. Looks like Lucasfilms will mess up your schedule now. Oh yeah, with the time change of Skeleton Crew. Yes, we are going to talk about that. Do we actually know? Like, I know that there's been a date change, but do we know what time? Have we been given an actual time? Like, I need to look into that, and I've got something there. Hopefully, we can dive into that a little bit. But yeah, that sucks. That sucks if they do it. I mean, the thing is, this isn't going to be like The Acolyte. I don't think that there's going to be nowhere near as much coverage. But the people that are covering it, well, this is the thing. There's no one I don't like. Well, the people that I know and watch on YouTube and stuff like that, at this point in time, none of them are actually going to watch it. Like even all the Gatekeepers Alliance guys, like all of those people, I don't think are going to watch it. Either they're going to do a synopsis, like even Melvin. Oh, Melvin actually does, so like he does his anti-watch parties, but then I think he does dive into them and watch them and does his reviews of them. So maybe he does. But like, you know, I don't think Gary's going to, unless he gets told to, you know, unless something completely outrageous is happening and, you know, he gets told to watch it for that reason, not for the fact that it's going to be good, because nobody thinks that it's going to be good. Let's see. Get a white t-shirt and a jacket and dress up like as Mozza. Yeah, like that'd be funny. I should actually do that. Try and get a wig. Try and get a wig like with a bit of a mop kind of head. Mr. Bantham, happy Thanksgiving, Mr. Bantham. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. I hope you've all had a very, very awesome Thanksgiving. It's so funny. Like my birthday, that's why birthday stream. My birthday is on Sunday. It's never been, I don't think it's ever been this close to Thanksgiving, unless I just never really paid attention to it. Because, I mean, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving here, so maybe. But I didn't think it was so close to Thanksgiving. Anyway, it is. Smash that Lego. No. Smash the like button. How about that? Ryan Gosling, for his 8-month member chat, thank you. I appreciate that. That's a long time too. We get Skeleton Crew a day earlier. Yes. Yep. We got Dan Blackroyd in the chat. It's been a week. What, since the stream? Because I watched his last stream. Sometimes I do jump out of it, like when he's going through super chats and stuff like that. Maybe I'll go back and have a listen. I like Critical Drinker. Corey's here. And Sergeant's in the chat. How you doing? Good to see you. 9 p.m. Eastern. Butcher, good to see you as well. Z, hello. And I think I'm all caught up. Happy birthday for Sunday. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm at that age. I wasn't even going to put it in the title, but like I wanted to just fill up the space, and I was going to put in what was the other thing I was going to put in there? Oh, I wanted to put Outlaws fails on Steam or something, but yeah, because we're going to talk a little bit about that. I can't believe, like, you think about Star Wars, right? And you think about what Star Wars was again before Disney took it over, and you think about like a game coming out and being released on one of the biggest PC platforms, at least the one that's the most probably well known, and it just tanks. Anyway, we'll get into it. All right, we're all pretty much caught up with the chat. Thank you for the birthday cakes. Appreciate it. Thank you. So let's talk about the Jaguar thing really quickly. So, and again, probably the only real reason why I'm talking about this is because I do work in the motor industry. I sell cars for a living, and you know, I'm always interested when I see a new ad, like the Jeep ad. You know, the whole "I bought a Jeep." That was some of the best marketing for any car. You know, people went and bought Jeeps and then used the tagline. Had a laugh with their friends about it. Like it became a thing, right? But like you watch that Jaguar ad, and what a nightmare. I just don't understand. And you know, I don't know if you guys have felt it, but since the election results, like, you know, Trump being and in a landslide the way he did do it, it has felt like different. I don't know if you got, like, I don't even know how to explain it. You do feel like a slight shift in something. And I don't know whether or not I'm just being, you know, I don't know what the word would even be, over zealous. Is that word the word? I don't know. But like, I don't know. To me, it's felt like, you know, people are sort of taking their foot off the gas, so to speak, off the accelerator. They're not yet braking. They've just, you know, they're rolling. That's what it kind of feels like. But for Jaguar to release a trailer like this, when the culture does feel like there is something moving, it's beyond me. So let's take a listen to this is okay. So this is Jaguar's new director of marketing, Santino. I'm not even going to attempt that. Explains everything.
And at Jaguar, we're passionate about our people, and we're committed to follow.
Oh my God, this dude is wearing like a see-through t-shirt. You know, when I see these see-through t-shirts on men, it makes me think of the film clip from like "I'm Too Sexy for My," you know that song? This makes a lot of sense. Why you would employ this person to be a part of your marketing team when you know that all they're going to market is the message, because that's all they know. Yeah, nuisance bird. Caw.
Fostering a diverse, inclusive, and unified culture that is representative
Through your
not only
cars.
of the people who use our products, but in a society in which we all live. A culture where our employees can bring their authentic selves to work.
Oh.
And we're on a...
When you hear these that bring their authentic selves to work, feel comfortable in the workplace, feel like they're a human being as opposed to I don't know, what exactly? And then not only that, but then you change the demographic of who you want to market to, and you lose basically the key demographic of who you've been marketing to for years. It's so funny, isn't it? That this is like Disney Star Wars all over again. This is Marvel all over again. It's like Jaguar has moved away from the source material. And as soon as they do that, it destroys the brand. It destroys the customers. Do you think after that ad, and maybe even listening to this dude, right? Those people out there that have either recently bought a Jaguar, owns a Jaguar, got a classic Jag in the garage, do you think that they're going to proudly be able to sort of go out there and, you know, flash off their Jag? Do you think they want to? And that's every single Jaguar owner.
Transformative journey of our own, driven by
What?
Only of the people who use our products, but in a society in which we all live, a culture.
Hang on. Hang on. Sorry, I got to go back there a little bit more, as he just mentioned, not just the people that use our products. This is the problem that these people have, right? And I'm talking about just, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm not saying these people as in a gay dude. I'm saying like these people as in the ones that are brainwashed into believing that this is so important, and the gender identity and the equality and the, you know, diversity and all of that sort of thing. People that think that that is so important are the ones that are somehow getting in these positions and completely changing and removing it from what the product is made for or who the product is made for.
Culture that is representative not only of the people who use our products, but in a society in which we all live, a culture where our employees can bring.
But see, this is the problem with what you're doing, is that the reality is that the people that you are now marketing to don't buy Jaguar. Whether or not it's because they can't afford to, or whether or not it's because of a choice, the majority, I'm not going to say there's not one trans person out there, or there's not one gay person, or there's not one lesbian, or there's not one whatever, they, them out there that doesn't own a Jag. There probably is at least one. But that's based on their own personal choice, based on you marketing the vehicle. So what they're doing now, and that based on that statement that I just said, okay, so they want this new audience. They want to market the Jag to the LGBTQ community and the diversity, you know, retards. It's almost like the new Tesla. But anyway, so what they're basically doing is that they're like, just like Star Wars, just like everything else, they're pushing out the previous customer to make place for a new customer that isn't yet there, that isn't proven that they're buying those cars already. But they want to completely remove any possibility of selling this car to anyone except for that small minority group of people. And that is their reality, because that's what he's saying here. Is the world that we live in, the reality of the world that we live in. Well, your commercial doesn't promote to the reality of the world that anybody else lives in. Riff Magos for his 11-month membership. Thank you. Keep raging, Rhino. I will. Let the anger flow through you. Thanks, dude. Riff, he's been around a long time. Let's continue.
Their authentic selves to work. And we're on a transformative journey of our own, driven by a belief in diversity, inclusion, creativity, policy, and most importantly, action. We've established over 15 DEI groups such as Pride, who are here tonight.
Oh my God.
Thank you guys for coming. Women in Engineering and Neurodiversity Matters. We've launched major policy revisions such as transitioning at work to drive equity and support for our communities, embracing individuality as our superpower.
What does this have to do with you marketing a vehicle? Oh, it does make so much sense.
And only 2 weeks ago, we held our second global annual DEI summit where we had over 10,000 employees from around the globe attend. And this journey is going to continue for us at Jaguar, and we are going to set the benchmark for our industry. That's right. So looking forward at Jaguar, creativity.
What do you reckon that big fucking 10,000 people getting together was just one big fucking orgy? A Jag.
And individuality have been at the core of Jaguar's brand since its inception, and we're about to bring Jaguar back to something.
This just goes to show how much he fucking has no idea about Jaguar. True?
Truly special. And so as Darren mentioned, in a couple of weeks, you will see an all-new Jaguar turn up like never before. And we're not just talking about new cars, we are talking about all new ways of thinking and embracing the full spectrum of human potential and creativity.
Oh my God! I'm sorry, but that's just retarded. That's just so dumb. Not just the cars. Not just the cars.
Ways of thinking and embracing the full spectrum of human potential and creativity.
What is capturing the full potential of human, whatever you just the gobbledygook that just came out of your mouth? What does that have to do with Jaguar, which is a car and a car brand marketed to, you would say, higher end businessmen? I'm sure there's women out there that like the car too. It is definitely a luxury, what would you say, high-end premium car. What the fuck did any of that 2 minutes of garbage have to do or make you want to actually go out and buy a Jaguar? I would never go and buy a Jag personally. I just wouldn't. It's not my car. It's not my thing. I'd be more inclined to buy an Aston Martin over a Jag every day of the week. But like that just goes to show where we are right now. It really does. Goes to show where we are. Like it's so funny though how much it's hard to say again because see, we see our little corner of the internet. So to me, it seems like the backlash towards this is so massive that they will never recover from it. But then it always seems to be the case that you've got people on the other side, and there's still a lot of them. I still think that they're definitely in the minority. And I think based on the election, we can say that they're in the minority. But there's still a lot of them. A lot of them that have been brainwashed, a lot of them that think that like all these ideas and everything is so good, you know. Teaching kids in school how to give a proper hand job is the correct, you know, curriculum. They think that these things are good. Whereas no, you just need to isolate on your one thing. Your thing isn't like human psyche. Your thing isn't like changing human behavior. Your thing, like that's what this commercial is trying to do with Jaguar. It's trying to change almost human behavior. It's almost trying to change you. Because you know what they call you if you don't accept it. You're a transphobe. You're a sexist, you're a racist, you're a homophobe, you're a Nazi. And all I can say back to them when they say all of that shit is you're a faggot. Like, what more can I say? You're a loser. And that's what Jaguar is becoming. It'd be interesting to see, like, if they maintain this direction for the next, I don't know, let's say they maintain it for the next 5 years. Trump's out of office now, but let's say another Republican is in there. But like, man, I don't. If they maintain this, they won't be around in 5 years. People will stop buying their cars. The people that they want now to buy their cars, the new audience that they want to buy their cars, isn't going to. G'day, Phil Nelson. And Captain Keeley, I see you. It's it's a bit ridiculous. American Ronan, good to see you. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to something. I don't even know what to say because I've honestly never liked this person really. Nothing about her has ever made me think, yeah, Brie Larson's awesome. She's never been attractive to me, and I think that's because of her personality. Like, even in this photo here, it, like, you isolate that face to me and it just comes across as like, I don't know, stiff as a board, but scared, but also like stubborn as shit. That's what I get from that. Everybody else gets this from that. And they're nice, but that's not what I see. But this, what happened, Brie? Why did you make yourself look like Elliot Page? Why? Why would you do that to yourself? Your feet are already bad enough to criticize you for. Now you go and do this. Now, I have heard a thing out there that this is for a role. But I think this was her snapping back. Because, like, think about it for a second. When was the last time you heard about Brie Larson? When was the last time you heard about Brie Larson? Was she, like, have you heard about her being cast in a movie recently? It's so funny how they come out with their macho personalities. You know, the one thing that really stands out for me with Brie Larson was that thing with Chris Hemsworth and Don Cheadle. Was it Don Cheadle? But like that whole thing where like she can't even like get involved in like a jokey conversation. Like everything's got to be like super, super serious. Like she's no Tom Cruise. She's her own person. She does all her own stunts. Like that to me was enough for a lot of people to be like, no matter what she ever does, I'm going to just dislike. She's just a disgusting, she's got a disgusting heart. But then she goes and does this and makes herself look so much worse. That's what I said. Yeah, she looks like Elliot Page now. And I think that she's just saying that it's for a role, if the rumor is coming from her, because of the amount of like backlash that she got from it. Now, it's not that big a deal, right? Like, yeah, I look at it and think, no, you look better with long hair. I don't mind the change of color. If you want to try out like a brunette look, like I'm definitely more a brunette kind of guy. I like brunettes way more than I like blondes. But like, I don't know. The pixie cut just doesn't suit you. You actually made yourself look way older. See too much of your neck. And it almost comes good. You know what's really funny though too is when I first saw it, I'm like, who even is that? I almost had to zoom in on the face just to tell that it was Brie. She looks brave and stunning, Rhino. Redheads will ruin your life. Oh, I've been with a redhead. She was a fox. The thing is, like, I say I'm a brunette guy, which I am, but like, I've had 2 long-term girlfriends that were both blondes. Ronald McDonald doesn't count, Rhino. Oh, damn. Well, then I guess I'm out of options. I'm out of redheads. Kenzo doesn't count, Rhino. Now that one's funny. Oh, post fuck, but yeah, redheads. Something about some redheads. All right, let's move on from that. Now that we zoned all right into like being attracted to women, certain women. Hair color doesn't really matter that much, though, does it? Let's move on. All right. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why some people do it. I really don't. There was some what was it? Was it a 90210 actor? One of those girls like go nuts and like do something with her hair or shave her head or something. Imagine if it was true, but it was because of cancer, not because of fucking retardedness. Jack of all casuals, how you doing, dude? Good to see you. When Lethal saw it, his heart broke. Yeah, it sucks. Cole, happy 29th of November, everyone. Yes, happy Thanksgiving for anyone that's coming in a bit late. Good to see you. I was just saying, because my birthday's this weekend, it's on Sunday. And normally it's not this close to Thanksgiving. Is it always just the 29th, guys? Or is it like always the last Friday of November or something? Is it one of those situations? Let's talk. Hang on. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, my sister loved her. Oh no, the last Thursday. That's okay. That's why. That's why. And of course, it would be Thursday. It's Friday for me, guys. Obviously, that's why I said Friday. Yeah, I got you. That's why it seems so far away sometimes from my birthday, is what I mean. All right, let's talk about Wicked. Let's talk a little bit about Wicked. So, again, Wicked isn't my thing. It's not for me. It wasn't made for me. I'm not a massive musical guy. Like, I can watch something like Grease, right? And not all the time, but I can sit down and watch that. it's not something that I would ever sit down and watch by choice, basically. Now I've heard really good things about it. You know, I know that there's Steph, my nerdy home out there, who absolutely loves Wicked. She loves the musical. She loves the whole thing. And she saw the movie and she enjoyed it. She really enjoyed it. I know Gary went and watched it, and he could see that it was shot really well and really well done, and the story was fine and everything was good, but it's not for him, and he hated every second of it. But he can still appreciate it for what it is, right? But it's not even, like I said, so it's not even the movie. And this is the thing, is I don't think that there's any amount of what we're about to watch now that they could do. And when I say amount of what we watch now, basically amount of cringe that they could put on right now that would make this movie not make money. You understand what I'm saying? It's not like Rachel Zegler with Snow White with this movie. And I don't think that they've gone quite as hard. Like, they certainly haven't gone as hard at the fans. There was that one thing with Cynthia Erivo, you know, with the poster and the fan edit and stuff like that. But that cooled down really quickly. Maybe somebody, you know, said something to her. Maybe it was even Ariana Grande, you know, when she got questioned about it, and they seem really close, these two. And you'll see in a second what I mean by that. That maybe it was her that's actually just said, like, you know, maybe I think, you know, in her really soft, you know, kind little voice, she goes, I really do think that poster that they did was, you know, in good faith. They're a fan. They're just trying, maybe, just maybe. Because, like I said, that sort of just died and went away. Excuse me. Yeah. Hello? Yes. I've still got my voice. That was really strange. Got this real tickle in my throat. All right. So get ready for some cringe, ladies and gentlemen. There might be some stuff that we've watched before, but this is almost like a bit of a compilation of just stuff. Because this was posted. When was this posted? This was posted the 25th, but I think this might have been because what the tweet says. Hold on. Let me bring this up here. Let me blow it up a little bit. Okay. So unlike Snow White, people actually liked the trailer for Wicked. All she had to do was shut up and say nothing. But of course, Cynthia Erivo couldn't help but make it about being a queer black woman. It's a movie about flying monkeys and tin men. Maybe cut the woke shit out. Look, I know that there's people that see it more than just a movie with flying monkeys and tin men. It's a bit like me and Star Wars, right? It's more than just space wizards with laser swords, right? To me, that's like, yeah, you're not interested in it, but there are people out there that are interested in it. So I gotta like not agree with that bit, but yeah, I do like these people. They sort of do need to just shut up and. I mean, let's see what she says first too, because again, there's some of these that I haven't watched. Some I have. I think there's only like one or two, maybe even just the one that I've actually watched. I got sent a couple of these, and yeah. Anyway, let's see this one.
Intention is not to.
Oh damn! So we don't get to see what like the question is in this clip, which I usually prefer to see what the question is because I want to see if they're actually answering the question. You know what I mean? Because the reporter could just be just as woke and asking just like, is it, you know, I'm surprised that the Variety guy hasn't come out and said, is this the gayest Wicked we've ever had? You know, people out there are saying that this is the gayest Wicked they've ever had. We actually, you know, between you two sisters, we actually wanted to see a scissor lesbian scene. between Elphaba and I don't know who the other fucking character is. The only reason why I know the name of Elphaba is because of the controversy of what happened with Cynthia Erivo. G'day, Justin. I said hello to you at the beginning of the stream. You've obviously just jumped back in. Glinda, thank you. Yeah. You know, I'm surprised that the Variety guy hasn't come out and actually said, we wanted to see a gay lesbian kiss between you two. It's like, but we're sisters. Oh, that doesn't matter.
Intention is not to diminish anyone else's version of Elphaba.
Yeah, of course not.
Ever. But the intention is to allow her to show up as me in my body.
Right.
And I loathe to make it about this, but it is what it is. As a Black woman who is queer, who shows up in like this way,
absolutely,
there's something that I have that many other Elphabas don't have.
Oh, we've seen this clip before, but yeah, it's still... Elphaba is its own character. What are you talking about? We got to play it.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Did that echo? I bet it echoed. Man, what are you talking about? I can bring something to the table that no other Elphaba has been able to bring to the table because I'm a Black queer woman. Okay.
They don't know what it is like to walk through the world like this. I do.
Yeah.
And so that innately...
But Elphaba, again... Yes, it echoed. Yeah, that's because, see, if I stop sharing my screen and now I play it...
What are you talking about?
I bet you it didn't echo. I don't understand it. Because it's still coming through my headphones. It's not like it's coming through the speakers. Nothing changed. King Chris, good to see you, dude. Yo, yo. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Immediately makes me completely different. And the way he shot it, the way, like, the space that he gave me to do it is fucking awesome.
I bet it's so sick.
Oh my God. Is that reporter on drugs? I bet it's so sick. Did you see that? Just watch. Don't even look at her. Just watch her for a second.
He shot it, the way, like, the space that he gave me to do it is fucking awesome.
I bet it's so sick.
Intention is...
Ugh. Okay. So there's that one. We saw that one. That was early on. But here's some red carpet ones and some junket ones and stuff like that. Now, this one here specifically, I think it's this one here. Like, okay, let's just watch. Now, I understand that women are women and like they, you know, friendships and, you know, girlfriends and all of this kind of thing. But there's a lot of the Pedro Pascal feel for me when it comes to her, but these two together. And especially like her, Cynthia. Now, this is the other thing too, is like these people have some serious like issues, you know, and there's one there's one clip that we're specifically going to watch where like, I'm like, whoa, dude, you need some serious help. But yeah, to me, this is just creepy and weird.
And really take care of each other on screen and off screen and just kind of have a really truthful friendship and a beautiful sistership that continues to grow and grow even through this press tour. Something's bothering her. She's going to fix something. I know.
Sorry.
She's getting the fixing itch that Cynthia Erivo gets.
It's not there.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, because the thing...
And really...
Like, she's in the middle of giving an interview and she just jumps in and starts fixing her necklace. Now, I want to point something out here. And it's kind of, I don't know how you guys feel about this. Now, yeah, these two might have created a very close friendship bond while they were on set of this. I'm not going to necessarily take that away. And it certainly seems like they have, right? But if Cynthia Erivo here was a dude, right, there'd be a lot more talk about this and how dare you kind of thing. But I also want to point out that Cynthia Erivo is a queer, lesbian, black woman. This could almost be sexual harassment. A bit like how creepy it was that Pedro Pascal touched whatever her name is, his arm on stage because of his nervous tendencies. He's got this ability to act or whatever on screen, but he's so like nervous in front of audience. Like, what? Okay. And the funny thing is that by her jumping in there and starting to adjust her necklace and stuff like that, it completely derails like the interview. Oh, she's got the fixie fingers. To me, it's just cringe. It's just cringe. And these two are out there promoting this film like this. Like, let's this one here. I think it was this one here. She's so eccentric. I will say, like the next one that we're going to show, this one, she looks like the Goomba from the Mario Brothers. This oversized, like suit kind of looking thing. Anyway, here we go.
At the end of it, they said, you have to be good and you have to be kind to everybody.
Whoa.
And she is a good witch.
Yeah, that's the message.
You know what I mean? It's that impact.
Yeah,
Oh my God, she's going to cry.
that's beautiful.
She is a good witch.
Like,
If like kids can feel that, then
yeah.
Oh God. So like the reporter there is just reading out like a thing, like a little review thing about the movie and how she is a good witch. And she just gets like over emotional about it. And instead of maybe even being able to elaborate on it and give some feedback to that fan, now the fan might be fine with her just sitting there crying at her words. But to me, this almost comes across as both of these people are hollow. For want of a better term, airheads. They can't actually elaborate on normal conversation. They are trapped in their own little bubbles, especially Cynthia, right? And all that she can ever relate to or swing a conversation to is her black woman queerness. But then also, too, the fact that, like, she puts her hand out, right? Like, hold my hand. And then she pulls her hand in, and then she's got her hand like wrapped up in her hand like that. Again, if that was a dude, you'd have some big issues there. Now, I have no doubt that Ariana, what's her name? Have I fucked up her name? Ariana Grande, that's it. I have no doubt that she doesn't have a problem with this. She doesn't feel like it's a sexual harassment kind of thing or whatever. But again, I do want to point out that this is a queer woman sitting next to a straight woman, and the queer woman's putting her hand out, making sure that she holds her hand and pulls it over and, you know, gets really close and adjusts her necklace. Do you reckon they fucking scissored behind the scenes? You know, got Ariana to experiment with Cynthia.
she is a good witch.
Yeah, that's the message.
See, like, oh, I don't know. It's so fake. To me, it's so fucking fake. Yeah, it's fake, Eric. I know. Let's take a listen to this one. Again, holding hands.
I'm a person, and I feel, and I have feelings, and I can share them.
And if you need to cry right now, you cry.
Yeah. And
Oh my God. And if you need to cry right now, you cry. You let it out, girl. I gotta say, imagine if like just doing the whole thing, just replace her with the dude right now, like Pedro Pascal. If you need to cry, Pedro, you cry. You cry now.
And someone said to me once that
I know.
the green was the thing that I would love the most about Alphabet, that I would want to stay green. But actually, being green, yes, I loved playing this character. But every time I took the makeup off, I loved who I was even more. So I've
Oh my
come
god,
away
you can hear the reporter in the
feeling
background.
really
Oh
beautiful.
god.
You fucking are.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I mean, God,
You
absolutely,
know?
yeah. What you've brought to this film and to these characters, you've not just taken care of them, you have transformed them for good.
Thank you.
Really.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is also my first time ever doing a
You,
jungle.
you have been the
amazing,
light
you're
of the
amazing.
day. You are
truly
such an gift.
You brought such light into the room. Thank you very much.
Oh
You're
my
so
god!
amazing to me today.
Ah! Is this a parody? It's no, but this is great. So Cynthia Riva and Ariana Grande interviews.
What we chose to do with the roles was something that I think that should be studied.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Dayton, Ohio.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Oh my god. Dayton, Ohio.
Did I say something wrong?
It has been an honor to stand by Cynthia during this hard time. I mean, her battling cancer.
Oh no, I'm just bold.
I'm sorry. I'm actually,
Oh, she's hungry. This is okay. We'll come back. She knows everything. She even knows. She understands the Black experience. I don't think you understand. She's a chameleon. She's a shapeshifter. She knows more about being Black than I would say even I do.
okay. We need to go potty. Okay, love you. I love you.
And nobody and all of my
Girl, you know I hate that.
Ah, that's good. And that's that. Hopefully we'll never have to actually bring that up ever again. Because to me, like, honestly, it makes me sick watching people like that. They're so fake and so broken and got some serious fucking issues that they need to actually go and deal with and not be so, like, sensitive to, like, that. I don't know. It's like they think that they're super or over artistic or something like that. I don't exactly know what it is. It's so weird. It's such a strange thing. Let me get rid of some of these tabs here. Beautiful. Yep. Very good. I'll see Wicked 3 times now. Dude. SWA comes through with 5 gifted Rhinos Rebels memberships. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that. Nutrium got one. Debbie, Australia got one. Nice. GT Weber got one. Best West and Anomaly Wilson. I don't know if I said that right, but yes. Thank you. Dude, appreciate it. That is awesome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. All right. Let's get into some Star Wars. Let's get into some Star Wars. All right. Did we watch this already? I don't think so. Because we watched a couple of things last week, if you remember, because they dumped a whole heap of Skeleton Crew, like promotional trailers and clips and stuff like that. What's Star Wars? Yeah, I know. I don't think the Green Woman is faking that. She is honestly, yeah, you might be right there. You might be right there. But like the amount of fucking empathy that Ariana Grande pours on top of that and sympathy that she pours on top of that doesn't help the situation. Anyway, this is apparently a new Skeleton Crew promo. Now, this dropped, or this obviously was put on Twitter on the 24th, which was last Sunday, which is 2 days after we do Casual Rage. So I'm guessing that we haven't seen this, but you never know. It could have just been re-uploaded again from like a week or two ago. So let's take a look.
Remember a time when anything felt possible?
I want to point out, like, these kids, right? They're playing Jedi. Let's just say that's probably the best way to do it. They got like homemade lightsabers and they're playing Jedi. Now, I have heard, and we're going to cover this, that this apparently takes place after Mando Season 3. And you got to remember that if we're actually putting time into these shows the way that they should be, about Mando Season 3 should roughly be, by my calculation, approximately 10 years after Return of the Jedi. Mando Season 1 starts at 5 years after Return of the Jedi. I'm pretty sure that's right. And with how much time goes by, and obviously what's his name going to Luke for 2 years, and blah 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 blah. If we take what we know, it should roughly be 10 years after Return of the Jedi. That means that 20 years after this, Rey thinks that the Jedi are a myth, or Luke Skywalker is a myth. Just want you to think about that.
When anything felt possible? What if it was?
I don't like the voiceover. It makes me think of like one of those old 80s or 90s trailers where it's just got that generic voiceover. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What if it was?
We can go anywhere we want.
You can see grand adventures even in a rotten galaxy like this. Come on! Skeleton Crew, streaming December 3rd, only on Disney.
Earth? Did they mention the word Earth? And Inner World? What are you referring to? Did I miss something? Let me go back. Let's rewatch this again. Let me listen more.
Remember a time when anything felt possible? What if it was?
We can go anywhere we want.
You can see grand adventures even in a rotten galaxy like this. Come on! Skeleton Crew, streaming December 3rd.
Oh, looks like Earth. Yeah, well, they're like in that very first trailer that they came out with, you know, everybody was talking about. It was almost a bit like the everybody's reaction. It's actually kind of funny. Everybody's reaction to that first Skeleton Crew trailer where they had the houses with the double roofs and it just looked like suburbia anywhere with like a double roof thing. You know, it almost looked like the future in Back to the Future sort of thing, where it was just over the top. But it's funny because that controversy there, or that criticism there, is kind of like a bricks and screws kind of criticism, isn't it? The bricks and screws thing was stupid because there was so much more wrong with it than just the bricks and screws. And in all honesty, I was looking at other problems with Andor other than just fucking bricks and screws. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's not... I mean, there's nothing that they've really dropped that has ended up getting anybody, and I mean anybody, hyped for this. The only people that are like still like talking about it are people like me that are going to watch it, to do the reviews on it, to see how or what it does to the overall story or the overall canon of Star Wars. But the only other people that are going to watch it are the Disney shills, the Disney seals, you know. And then your fence riders, like Theory and I think what's his name? The guy that he's doing the streams with at the moment. He's I thought that was interesting what happened with Justin, with Star Wars Marvel Purist and Star Wars Theory. Like, you said it, Theory. You put it out there. You said, and I watched it. You said that, you know, if anybody wants to come on and have a disagreement, whatever, you know, let me know. Your mod then pointed out that Star Wars Marvel Purist was willing to come on and have a discussion with you. And then you said, oh, you know who that guy is, had a laugh or something because what? He did a video on you. Do you know who I am? Because I did a video on you. Like, I've done multiple videos on you, clipping you out from your Star Wars Griff streams with Ryan and Mauler, making you look like an absolute moron, making you look like a fool, making you actually look stupid as hell. Does that mean that you would be not willing to have a conversation with me about Star Wars? Like, honestly, because I'm willing to have a conversation with you about Star Wars. But what? Because I've actually pointed out your hypocrisy with receipts, even after putting it out there that you would have people on that you disagree with. You've had Knights of Melvin on your channel. He's done multiple videos on you, exposing you. I don't know whether or not Melvin's thoughts or whatever after meeting you have changed. I know that can happen, right? But man, you put it out there and then he's willing to come on and have a discussion with you about Star Wars. And then you don't let him on and, you know, Stupendous Wave like has a laugh at his expense. That's right, 100%. He's a coward. He's a coward because he would, like, you know, I mean, he goes on with, like, you know, he's been on multiple streams in our little corner of the thing, and then he goes off and does his own thing, and then he'll come back in, you know, 6 months' time and, you know, be streaming with Critical Drinker again or something like that when the next Star Wars thing comes that Critical Drinker is interested in talking about. The fact that he got ghostwriters to write for him as well, like, dude, you know, I was watching Justin's stream again the other day, yesterday, I think it was, like I said, and he showed a couple of clips of Stupendous Wave reusing, almost plagiarizing his own material to release another video to hopefully get more views on that same video. It would be like me grabbing one of my scripted videos, reusing basically the entire audio, but just replacing the clips. Now, I know that in 2 of my videos, I have used the same piece of a script. right? There's this one bit that I wrote, which I really liked, where I basically do a quick recap on Luke Skywalker's life. And there was 2 videos where I needed to do that. And I'm like, well, I'd just reuse that because I liked it that much that it was like, why not? But it wasn't like I clipped it and I put it, I reread it, I redid it. But I just used that, 2 paragraphs from a previous script. But this is like completely plagiarized himself. You know, it would be like me taking one of his videos and me just editing over the top and just using the same audio. And it was multiple videos. Yeah. It was actually really good. You kind of exposed that to me anyway. So these people are just like, they're not willing to have the conversation. There were moments with Star Wars Theory in those conversations that he was having with Drinker, with Mauler, with Ryan and stuff like that, where you could see that he was uncomfortable because he didn't really, like, he did end up towing the line, but I don't know whether or not now, looking back on it, whether or not he actually believed it. The whole stuff about Dave Filoni. They shat all over Dave Filoni, at his expense, some of it. And then it was like I said, it was kind of like he almost, before I went to America, it's almost like he took half a step forward for me because he was like, Acolyte's shit, right? I've got no faith now in Dave Filoni or any of this kind of stuff, blah, 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 blah. But then like a week later, he comes out and he's talking about how it's fine if they want to make Anakin Skywalker gay or the trans clone trooper. You know, he was sort of fine with it in a way. And it made me start thinking about, so it's the same as you being fine with them doing Omega, the clone of Jango Fett, the female clone of Jango Fett. And then the other sister that's in there, the doctor that is actually her sister, a clone of Jango Fett, another female clone of Jango Fett. Like, you're fine with all of that stuff? And you got the audacity in something like The Acolyte to talk about how destructive that is? You know, the Plagueis stuff. You've got the audacity to talk about the continuity of ages of Kiadi Mundi and the ages of that species and how they changed the thing in real time. But then you've got the audacity to come out and say that you are fine with Luke Skywalker being, Anakin Skywalker being maybe gay, like it doesn't bother you. You don't necessarily have a problem with it. Okay. I'm surprised that Justin wanted to have a chat with you, to be honest. Justin's one of those people that's like quite knowledgeable. He reads a lot. He listens to a lot of audiobooks. He loves the stuff that he gets into. And you can see that passion in his streams. If you don't know, go and subscribe to Justin. That's Star Wars Marvel Purist. Here he is in the chat. Man, he'll sit there and read like through comic book series and read through some books or, you know, but he also does give you a little bit of performance in that, you know. He puts on a little bit of a voice here and there and for certain characters and stuff like that. It's actually really good and really entertaining and really enjoyable to listen to. Most of the time when I get to listen to those, it's while I'm driving and it's some of the best times. You know, it sometimes makes it hard because he does show the comic book or whatever it is that he's reading on the screen. Obviously, while you're driving, you can't watch it. But again, the way that he does it, it's really, really good. So yes, you're welcome, dude. If you're not subscribed to Star Wars Marvel Purist, Justin, go over and give him a sub. Mods, any mods that are in the chat. Soul Assassin, I know you're one of the better ones that constantly puts links. I haven't seen you, though. I could be wrong, but there comes through with fucking Ghostface. Gets it out there. Thanks, dude. And this is like what I was talking about with the jangling keys. What were we talking about last week? Last week, we were talking about, I can't remember exactly what it was, something to do with jangling keys, where they made a reference to something. What was it? I can't remember. Anyway, here we go. More jangling keys for you. You know, but this doesn't work anymore. So the character KB, which must be this dude, in Skeleton Crew is inspired by Lobot in The Empire Strikes Back. Man, it looks more like it's been inspired by Cyclops. Ah, the purple pajamas. Thank you. Yes, it was the purple pajamas. Nuisance Bird knows. Yes, remembered. Thank you, Nuisance Bird. The purple pajamas. Oh, you know, it's in tribute to Mace Windu. Why? Because he's a black character? Maybe. And why does it represent his lightsaber? To me, that's just jangly keys. It's there to say to the people like me that love George Lucas Star Wars and love real Star Wars and trying to get them on board with this by like, it's a forced way of passing the torch, so to speak. That's what it comes across like. That's what it feels like when they do something like this. It's kind of like, you know the GOAT discussion in basketball, right? Who's the GOAT? Is it Jordan? Is it Kobe? Is it LeBron? You know, who's the GOAT? Who's the GOAT? The one person that goes out there and calls themselves the GOAT isn't the GOAT. You've got to be, basically given the slate, the term the GOAT by your peers and by the people around you and the fans and stuff like that. It's almost like a bit of a democracy, right? When it comes to who is the GOAT. Well, it's the same thing with this, right? They being Star Wars, has self-proclaimed that this character is like the new Lobot. They're saying basically that it's inspired by Lobot. But like I said, the way that it comes across is it's forced in your face. It's like they've called this character the GOAT. They've called themselves the GOAT. They've created the GOAT. Does that make sense? I hope it made sense. Because the only analogy that I could come up with that it made sense in my head. But I am retarded, so you never know. You never know. It's Cyclops from Mega Man series. That's the first thing that I thought of when I saw the character. Inspired by Cyclops. But no, it was actually inspired by Lobot. Because Star Wars, like I said, and we've been saying it for a while now, but Star Wars is self-referential now. All it does is references itself. That's what it's become. Moving along with the Skeleton Crew stuff. I don't know why I brought this up. Skeleton Crew will now premiere early. Oh, that's why. On the 2nd of December. So I'm guessing the 2nd of December, we're talking about that for America. Okay, which is kind of a good thing. Oh, but that's just for the premiere. You look at those other dates and it's still the same. So, that's kind of gay because that means if it is the 2nd in America, that means it falls on my birthday. Which is gay. I don't want to watch 2 episodes of Skeleton Crew on my birthday. Anyway, so that means that it's coming out this Monday. It was supposed to be Tuesday, which for me I think was supposed to be Wednesday. But then you look at this and it says the 10th of December, which is then back to the Tuesday, and the 17th, the Tuesday, 24th, the Tuesday, Christmas Eve. You're really giving us a New Year's Eve? Jesus. They really don't want people to watch this. They really don't want people to see this. There's an episode on Christmas Eve. There's an episode on New Year's Eve. They've got a double episode that they've moved forward to basically the Monday, and we don't know necessarily what times they're actually dropping. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, and then we got also, sorry, we missed two. There's the 7th of January and the 14th of January. And these are the directors, obviously. So we got John Watts, we got David Lowry, the Daniels, Jake, don't know. Bryce Dallas Howard is actually getting an episode. So John Watts gets the first and last. Bryce Dallas Howard is there. I don't know who the Daniels are. Lee Isaac Chung. Don't know who that is. I just see a disaster on the horizon. I really do. Let's see what else we got for Skeleton Crew here. Oh, Skeleton Crew will not feature any insane cameos. I'm pretty sure we've heard this before. Who is this? This is the co-writer, Chris Ford. I don't want people to think that there's going to be some insane cameos in the middle of the show. Yeah, not to rule anything out, but Jude Law isn't really Palpatine, or anything like that, okay? So you're not going to make the lead actor, Jude Law, like anything. Like, it's not going to be anything. But is that what you're talking about when it comes to, like, insane cameos? Because to me, that's more so an insane reveal. There's not going to be any insane reveals in this. If that's what you're actually saying. Cameos is a different thing. If you start throwing Mando in there, if you start throwing Bo-Katan in there, if you start throwing Ahsoka in there, you have like a Palpatine, like, you know, it's fine to have like cameos in the background in regards to like, okay, if there's somebody behind the scenes, like, you know, running the show or something like that, like a Tarkin, or like, obviously you can't have Tarkin, he's dead at this point, but that's what I mean. Like, you could have him doing like a hologram conversation, not in this, but you get what I'm saying, and that be that. And that's not an insane cameo. An insane cameo is season 2, the entirety of season 2 of The Mandalorian. Insane cameos is Jack Black and Lizzo and Christopher Lloyd. That's insane cameos to me. You do get insane cameos with characters like you do in Mando season 2. Is there any more Skeleton Crew? There is more Skeleton Crew. Is this the same thing though? Let's see. Chris Ford seemingly confirms that Skeleton Crew takes place. That's right. After The Mandalorian season 3. Vane was supposed to die in Mando, but they loved him and they let him live. And then we took him. So this is this character, Vane. You know, the pirate. So he's the cameo that, you know, that's going to be thrown in there. It was such a weak character. He ran away from that fight, you know, if you remember. But he ran away from the fight because, you know, they wanted to keep him. So they almost destroyed him as a character because they just want, you know, it's a bit like what they did with, what's his name? Oh my God, why am I blanking on his name from the sequels? Poe. It's a bit like Poe, right? Apparently Poe was supposed to die early on in The Force Awakens. But no, you know, they loved him so much and he begged them to stay so much that they just made sure he stayed alive. Where was he after the crash? Nobody really knows. But that is all the Skeleton Crew stuff we have to talk about. We do have some other Star Wars news, though, that we are going to go into. Oh, that's the same thing. Very good. Very good. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? Look, there's Soul Assassin. Don't even know who that Nikto dude is. Nobody really does. God, just thinking about like some of the decisions that they've made. Like, you know what just popped into my head? Claude, the mechanic with the no arms. You know, the jelly mechanic. It just popped into my head. Ridiculous. All right. Well, we've got to get into some of these other Star Wars news topics. Yeah, there's a couple there. I just want to go and have a look and see what we can watch of Knights of Melbourne. How dare Steph be building Lego right now? I got distracted. Look at her. I'm going to stream snipe her while I look. Do we get a little bit of audio? You gonna say hello?
Jeremy said he watched a terrible movie called Thanksgiving. I watched Thanksgiving, so we watched that with the locals members.
My headphones.
And
I can't hear anything, but you guys can.
oh my god, it was so bad.
That's funny.
I don't
All right,
know
let me
if
see if,
you
while
like
we're watching Steph build
Ever.
for a minute. Let's go to Knights of Melbourne.
I've never seen a movie like that. Did I miss
Knights of Melbourne.
Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah, tell her we're stream sniping her for a bit.
It was the weirdest movie. It was the weirdest movie. I didn't like it.
Okay, so we've got.
But now we're getting into Christmas movies.
All right, yeah, okay, we'll watch that Ash Rendar one, yeah,
Christmas.
because that's the one that you mentioned.
You started watching From. I don't know what From is.
But it's episode 5. I haven't even watched episode 1. Maybe we should just start from episode 1.
Ruben,
Oh, no.
hi Ruben.
I have watched episode 1.
Thanksgiving is cinema. No, it's not. Vex, what's up, Vex? Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Okay, I've watched episode 1, so we're just going to start from episode 2 then. See here. So this is Knights of Melbourne. If you're not subscribed, we're going to hear Steph in the background for a minute. I've watched, as you can see there, I've watched episode 1, but I haven't watched any of the others. I don't know why I've watched that much of that one. Anyway, we're gonna watch 2, and maybe we'll watch all of these over the course of the coming weeks.
Health Minister, I'd love to build with you, but I'm too.
All right, bye, Steph.
What?
We'll give her a like on the way out. Bye, Steph. All right. Let's get into some news. Guys, if you're having a good time, smash that like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. I know we've always got lurkers and rewatchers here. So if you're still lurking or you're still rewatching, do the same. Smash the like button, hit the subscribe. Appreciate you. Okay. So this was the thing with this that I just wanted to just touch on really quickly was the Taika Waititi Star Wars movie, right? We got an announcement. This was ages ago. We got an announcement that we get a Taika Waititi Star Wars movie. Then we got told that it was cancelled or shelved or something, right? And then it comes back and it goes away. It's a bit like the Rian Johnson trilogy, although we haven't heard anything about a Rian Johnson trilogy in a very, very, very long time. I think that he's got a contract with them and he's just waiting for everything to die down or whatever. But the problem is that it'll never die down. But then this is the thing. Taika Waititi teases his Star Wars movie is dead. Well, dude, I don't think anybody, it's like Anna says here, and not a single person was shocked. Like, I didn't even know it was still alive. I know that there's been people talking about it and stuff like this here and there. It comes up. But like, does anybody truly believe that this is like a thing anymore? It's almost like some of these places, even Disney, Lucasfilm itself, needs to keep hype around Star Wars or just keep the conversation of Star Wars going, whether it be good or bad. And they just keep pumping out stuff that we basically already know and hope that the idiots out there actually take the bait and think that it's new news. Anyway, I just thought that was like, it's a nothing burger. I'm sure that we actually used nearly this exact same image the last time we talked about it. You know, what with this Star Wars logo that he's done or whatever, this is linked to the Taika Waititi thing. What is he going for, like a Life of Brian sort of style Star Wars movie? Because that's what that makes me think of. Moving on to some Andor news. Andor season 2. I just wanted to go over this really quickly. Tony Gilroy says he received no notes from Lucasfilm for Andor season 2. The Universal acclaim for season 1 led to more creative freedom. Well, that's not good. That's not good. You know why that's not good? Because Tony Gilroy is a self-proclaimed non-Star Wars fan who decided not to have aliens and droids. Yeah, I know. Completely disagree. And he goes on to say, let's just read this. The critical appreciation for the show was really helpful, if not essential, in helping Disney choke down the price of what this is. In terms of creative notes, no one has come to me and said, no, they shouldn't say that. So Dave Filoni was like, yep, these scripts can go through. They're fine. They're fine. Oh, dude, he's not even a fake fan, man. He's not even a fake fan. He's not even pretending to be a fan. But see, to me, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. Season 1 wasn't as good. The thing that surprises me is apparently with how like universally acclaimed season 1 was, they gave him more creative freedom. The thing that I saw with Andor was nobody really watched it. Yeah, the people that did watched it, got a bit of enjoyment out of it, gave it a little bit of word of mouth, maybe got a few more eyes on it over time. But, man, give this man more creative freedom. Are you saying that it was his idea and his idea alone to put all those jangling keys, all the holocrons and everything in Luthen's store? I mean, in a way, I kind of hope that it was, because if a law master or a law keeper was there, surely they'd actually tell him, like, you can't have that in there, you can't have that in there, you can't have that in there. You know, people are going to ask too many questions of how the fuck did he get his hands on those things? I think that's pretty much the same thing, isn't it? Tony Gilroy says he wished that Andor Season 1 converted... Oh, no, it's different. More non-Star Wars fans to be fans of the franchise. Really? So you're going for that new audience as well then, Tony, by the looks of things, by the sounds of things. I was surprised it hasn't translated exactly into Wilderness, the audience for people who are Star Wars averse. What? That's our goal this time. There's somebody out there listening, and you don't always feel that way. You don't always know somebody is listening. I got to ask, what the fuck? We're going to remove this so it doesn't echo.
What are you talking about?
Huh? I don't know what he said there, but and it might have been the way that I was reading it, and I do apologize if it was really that fucking bad. But in all honesty, just based on like essentially that headline there, you're chasing an audience that doesn't exist, Tony. You are chasing an audience that doesn't exist, and you sound like that you're toting and towing the line of Disney Lucasfilm. And it's interesting that that's the case and you still have a job. You know, because as soon as you decide to become, you know, your own person, free-spirited or whatever the case may be, you're out of there, buddy. You are out of there. So, yeah, you might have a bit more creative freedom, but you just wait, buddy. You just wait. I still don't know how Andor Season 1 is critically acclaimed. I don't get it. And apparently, like, this is what I was talking about before. Apparently, this is news. Dave Filoni, and this was posted, what, 2 days ago. Apparently, Dave Filoni is reportedly working on a new Star Wars project that will start filming in late 2025. It will serve as a new spin-off to his Mandoverse. Hang on a second. Is this the same movie that they announced at Star Wars Celebration last year? Is this another project? Is this like, okay, so Dave Filoni's now got 2 movies. Can we just get a fucking movie, Lucasfilm? It's not going to do well. Everybody knows it. But you can't help yourself. You can't stop. You can't stop destroying real Star Wars. So fucking just do it. Just make a movie. Make it as diverse and DEI-filled as possible. You know, have your strong female characters. Have your forces female. Just do it. Stop announcing more and more shit over and over and over again. And project, does that mean that it's a movie? Does that mean that it's a show? So what? Does he have a movie that he's in the works on, the Mandoverse spin-off movie, and then he's also got a Mandoverse spin-off TV show? Is that what we're announcing? Is it an additional thing? Like, what the fuck? Seriously. Seriously. All they do there at Lucasfilm is announce shit and shelve shit and cancel shit. And once in a blue moon, they're going to actually follow through and release something, and then we get shit like The Acolyte. Denis Villeneuve says he has no interest in directing a Star Wars film because he believes the franchise derailed with the Return of the Jedi. Star Wars became crystallized in its own mythology. Very dogmatic. Yeah, I don't really understand where you're coming from with this. It seemed like a I don't know. No more surprises. Anyway, I don't know where you're getting the idea that it derailed after Return of the Jedi or with Return of the Jedi. But that's fine. If you don't want to do it, then don't do it. If you feel like it's like the one thing that I will sort of half agree with him on is that it's like it's crystallized in its own mythology. To me, I don't know how you guys read that, but I see that as like what I was saying before. Star Wars is now become self-referential. It references itself in order for the audience to be like, you know, oh, he evaded, or it's red, the lightsaber's red, or, you know, just seal claps their way through it. Yeah, I completely agree. Good thinking. Yeah, that's good. That's actually good. Translation. We made something for a modern audience and can't work out why it hasn't worked. Yep. Stay away. Stay away. And then the last thing in the Star Wars news topics is Ubisoft's Star Wars Outlaws fails to reach 2,500 concurrent players on Steam during launch weekend. And this is what I was talking about basically at the beginning of the stream. You go back to before Disney took over Star Wars, and they released a Star Wars game, and they would then release it on one of the biggest platforms, one of the biggest PC platforms, if not the most well-known one. And all they get is, I think it was 2,300. Does it say? There. 492. Just under 2,500. But like, listen to this. So it launched on the 21st on Steam and was only able to reach 688 players on its opening day. 688. That's crazy, man. And there's the receipts for it all. I saw this on Justin. Justin was talking about this, so I thought, oh, that's interesting. Bring that up. Because again, like I said, if you went back, you know, a Star Wars game would have had thousands upon thousands of people. But this is the other thing too, is I see diminishing returns from their Star Wars games since they've been doing their Star Wars games. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Survivor and stuff like that, to me, it's definitely like on a decline. Now, I got no statistics or anything to back that up. That's just, as a Star Wars fan, that's just sort of the way it feels. And I'm sure I could look into it and it's probably true. But again, like even with this game was broken as fuck too, if you remember. Like broken, like really fucking broken. All right, let's get rid of these tabs. There we go. I've never played it. Well, I played Fallen Order. I played Survivor. Both of the gameplay in those games were reasonably enjoyable. It was fun running around, swinging a lightsaber around, using the Force. It was enjoyable from that aspect. Story sucked and was really bad. And especially after Survivor. That's why I wasn't going to play Outlaws. Whatever game that they come out with next, I'm probably not going to play that either. One game I am massively enjoying right now is COD, Black Ops 6. Okay. Let's do it. I want to see your emojis in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, before we do, I always do this. I need to run to the bathroom really quickly. What can I play for you guys? It's not long enough. Nap time. Gee, it's been a while since I played nap time. Oh, we'll play this. Steph's a highlight. So we'll play this. I'll be right back, guys.
I said Lyndon would go to the tree and do some ASMR for you, Lethal. In your honor.
I'm so sorry. He'd be hugging that tree. And then he'd be punching it and slapping it, going, "You took my friend." Kicking it. How dare you?
That would be you, Rhino.
Nah. I'd be there going, "Why? Fuck you, Disney! Why?" All right. Those old school clips, man. Good as. All right, let's do this, shall we? Where am I? Here we are.
I'm all the Jedi.
Love seeing all the seal clapping emojis in the chat. Awesome. I don't know what that... I think they're just seals. Are they seals? They are seals. Every time I see that, I've just got to remember now somebody's putting seals in the chat because that's all I get. Seal clappers. Yes, here we go. So, Jacob, Jacob. Thank you, Mike. Jacob gets another nominee. He was nominated last week. I think he was even nominated the week before. And I know that he at least won one of those. And again, I've got to go through. Actually, I might sit down and try and do that this week. Go through all the streams from this week. Just jump ahead to Seal of the Week and just write down the numbers for who won and who is leading for Seal of the Year. Okay, so Jacob has to say this. This year has seriously been such a great year for new Star Wars projects. The Acolyte and Skeleton Crew have such different vibes, yet both further expand this universe while also providing that proving that their truly are Star Wars stories for everyone. You know, it's funny. When we did our video in you could say retaliation to their video of There's More of Us, right? There's way more of us. At the beginning of the video, we basically just used the same line as they did. Star Wars is for everyone. Now, I do believe that Star Wars is for everyone, but not everybody likes Star Wars. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that Star Wars is, you know, absolutely for everyone. What I'm getting, it is in the sense that it's a timeless story, real Star Wars. It's a timeless story. It's a fictional, timeless story that you can just, you can, you know, keep expanding in this universe and in these characters and stuff like that. Right? But not everybody gets into that. You know, my sister's a great example of that. Under no circumstances ever do I think that I'll ever be able to get my sister to watch Star Wars. She watched the MCU. She got really into it through those first, 3-4 phases up until Endgame, really. And then she started watching some of the shows on Disney Plus and stuff like that, and she just fell off a cliff. She doesn't like it anymore. But dude, the Acolyte and the Skeleton Crew coming, first of all, you don't know that they are so different from each other. The only thing that you've got to go off is the trailer for Skeleton Crew and basically a synopsis. Now, they might be, let's say, marketed to different people, which is stupid because it's all Star Wars, right? It's all supposed to be Star Wars. But based on what you're saying here, you're basically saying that the Acolyte audience is different from the Skeleton Crew audience, which it shouldn't be. It's all Star Wars. They give different vibes. It's just, yeah. Quagmire 13 for $5. Thank you. What's your top 3 favorite characters in all of Star Wars lore? Wow. If I can, my favorite character is Anakin/Vader. Now, I don't like to separate the two. I understand that in universe, they are effectively two separate people in a sense. It is a good question. But if you can allow me to have Anakin and Vader as one character, that would be my favorite character. And with his arc, he kind of, they are one in the same, of course. So Vader is my number one. Vader or Anakin, my number one. My second top favorite character would probably be it'd probably be Bane. Bane is in my top 3. So Bane, Anakin/Vader, and honestly, probably Palpatine. Probably Palpatine. I was thinking about this because Justin was referencing on his stream. He was referencing when we were talking about Plagueis and stuff like this, when we did the book review. We did that over 3 streams, guys. It took that book is so dense. It took us that long. Yeah, full dark side. I know. Thank you for the question too, Quagmire. I really appreciate that. It's a good question. And I hope that answer suffices for you. No love for heroes. No. Like, Luke is awesome, don't get me wrong, but like in my top 3, I don't know. I don't think he is. What was I saying? Palpatine. Like, you think about Palpatine, Darth Sidious, right? Darth Sidious. He's so insidious that he not only manipulates the entire Republic, the entire Senate, the Jedi, but he also manipulates his own master. Now, through the ages of the rule of 2, there was always a little bit of manipulation. There was always a little bit of obviously the apprentice is always going to try and take down the master. And I don't know if it was always done fairly, like the way that it ends with Bane and Xana, right? With Kaitis not interfering or anything. It was literally a battle between the two. The winner is the master. The other one's dead. But with the way that fucking Palpatine manipulates Plagueis and manipulates the entire, like, realistically, it's so funny that Plagueis thinks he's got so much control. And then in that scene where Palpatine kills Plagueis, it's such a great like the way, basically the things that he says. It's one of my favorite moments, honestly, in Star Wars. Like, the audiobook does a really good job of portraying Palpatine and how evil and insidious he really is. So good. So good. But yes, that'd be my top 3. Anakin, there is a little bit of light side in there, I will say that. Anakin / Vader, Bane, and Palpatine. Top 3. The funny thing is you might ask me that exact same question next week. It might be a completely different answer. But see, that's another thing that's so great about it. Is like, you can. It's so funny that people out there talk about, identifying with these characters. I was never able to blah 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 blah. All the bullshit and the buzzwords and all that crap, right? But yet, like, I can relate, not relate to, but like, they're my 3 favorite characters that I've just mentioned. But like I said, next week, Luke might be up there. Like, there's a lot of good characters. That's the thing. Revan. Oh, man, I reckon it'd be even hard to make a top 5. If I keep those top 3, it's so funny that we're doing Seal of the Week. We're on the first nomination and we haven't even got to the second one yet. It's good though. If I was to do a top 5, who would the other 2 be? That Luke would probably then be in there. And Luke's such a great character too, though. You think about what he goes through in the movies, but then you obviously go into the EU and you start to, like when at the beginning of Heir to the Empire, when, Obi-Wan leaves him and speaks to him for the last time and everything. And, he then starts to feel alone again, and he starts to get a bit scared about, having to train, especially the twins and stuff like that. Like, Luke is a very, very deep character. Sorry, I got a really fucking itchy ear. He's a really deep character. But Luke would probably be in my top 5. And then the last one, who it would probably be Revan, to be honest. The problem for me, though, too, is that I haven't been able to go too far into the future. Like, a lot of the EU stuff that I've read has been either from the past and like Bane or some Revan stuff, or you know, around the same time as the OT or the prequels. And I think that the reason for that is because every audiobook out there is unabridged, although, is abridged. Although Star Wars Marvel Purist has found some channels out there that do use AI to basically, and there's a couple out there, and there is one that he specifically likes, but I need to get into that. Let's move on to the second nominee, shall we? So the second nominee comes from Star Wars Holocron this week. Now, normally Star Wars Holocron doesn't really get a nominee because he doesn't, or they, I don't know what it is, but he doesn't put like necessarily a massive opinion out there, but sometimes you might get one here and there. Hoping we get an extended cut of The Rise of Skywalker one day. Really? You think, man, first of all, do you really think that it's going to make any more sense if you do get an extended cut? What do you think it's going to change? Apparently, there were that many cuts out there for this. They were apparently cutting it up and reshooting up until like fucking the 11th hour. But yeah, like to release an extended cut, you'd almost probably be releasing a whole different movie based on what we heard around that time. Anyway, that's enough for me to get you a nomination for Seal of the Week, because that's just a ridiculous thing. And then the last one here, because we've only got 3 this week, is from someone who has hope. I miss them so much. Now I'm going to have to reshare my screen here. We get a little, 50-second video. What do you reckon? And before we play it, we go on a black screen. Like, I miss them so much. Who is someone who has hope talking about? Any ideas? Ghostface thinks it's Raylo. Hashtag Raylos are weird. Anything else? Ray and Kylo Ren. We got Raylo from Mike Hill. You don't reckon it could be would it be May or Osha? It would be Osha. Osha and Oshamir? No? Solo's girlfriend? Oh, from Solo. Could be. They are obviously a shipper. Common sense, perhaps. All right, let's see. Let's see. It's too bad. You might have been training really fucking hard, but it's too bad the people that choreographed that fight are inept retards. Yeah, like missing a dagger. The editing still didn't save the scene. You might have done it, but the editing still didn't save it. And yes, it's red. In fact, it would seem that the editing made it worse. Bear attack? So, yeah, this person, someone who has hope, Mrs. Raylo. And there are your 3 nominees. We're going to put the poll in the chat. Seal of the week. Now, guys, we're coming up to the end of the year. You got to start thinking about that Seal of the Year award. So we got Jacob who is in number 1 spot. We've got Star Wars Holocron. Rarely gets a vote, but is there this week. And we've got Someone Who Has Hope. It's such a nothing account too. Like, created 2011. Oh, it's because I'm blocked. Ha. Why am I not surprised? I didn't even notice that I couldn't. I can still like it? No. I can't comment either, can I not? There you go. There are your 3 nominees for this week. All right, let's watch this episode 2. So this is Shill Wars episode 2, The Sexist Awakens. I don't remember when I watched 1, but we're going to watch number 2 right now. And we're going to catch up on these. We're going to catch up. We're going to give that a like right now. Hey! No, there's way more of us. Huh? It's so funny that they think that. Cargatan here. Oh, no audio. Ah! Damn you. Damn you to hell. Hello, Cargatan here. I love it. All right, we'll try again. Yes, Boomer. Try again.
Remember, there are more of us.
There are more of us.
More of us.
We were just talking about this.
There are more of us.
There are way more of us.
Hello there, Cargatan here. I'm learning a lot of very upsetting things in the past 24 hours. I want to be clear. Had I known any of this prior, I would have never have agreed to participate in this video. Cargatan here. Such ugly behavior has no place in this fandom. Cargatan here.
Star Wars is for everyone.
For everyone.
It definitely didn't age well at all. Ours did. Ours aged like fine wine. If you want to watch it, it's on the channel. Yes! Disney Star Wars is not Star Wars. I just want to say, like, I know that there's a lot of people out there that have been saying that. Let's just take a little bit of credit for like that little slogan there. Disney Star Wars is not Star Wars. Rubber with half them over. Yeah, and this crawl is like better than like the crawls that we get from Disney Star Wars. Nice with 3 or 4 paragraphs. I'll get down here.
The Disney shills were eaten alive by the SJWs. The video was taken down But the damage was just beginning. John Hoey of the Resistance broadcast, former friend of Pete Fletcher, revealed something shocking.
I have to get this off my chest. No, I will not be sharing the There Are More of Us video going around. I've taken the high road for years, but I'm fed up with possible false perceptions about me and my podcast. A fallout of us staying mostly quiet in the wake of others' awful behavior toward us as a podcast and as individuals. That video was organized and made by a dude who mocked my co-host for taking time away from TRB due to complications from a life-threatening childbirth.
There is. I love the Melvin's so good.
No room for misogyny.
Made it a mission to try to take down our podcast, revealed by multiple former podcast colleagues of his in separate conversations.
There is no room for misogyny.
Among other things, then after apologizing for years of disgusting behavior, he proceeded to unfollow us immediately after we declined to participate in his marathon charity stream.
Social media should be a place where we can share our love for the franchise.
Others declined too, but he admitted to me he didn't unfollow them because they had hundreds of thousands of YouTube subscribers. It doesn't stop there. His co-host used a burner account called Steve Palpatine to harass me and my podcast, including in the chat during our live shows.
Social media should be a place where we can share our love for the franchise.
We caught him and he admitted.
I love that too, Melvin, that you've like almost showing the hypocrisy, like from the video to like their actual actions and what they're actually saying and stuff. It's so good.
Everything. It gets harder to take the high road when I see performative bullshit about coming together as a community from dudes who have done and said awful things to actual good people in fandom and the podcast community for years.
Star Wars is forever.
When someone attacks you for being who you are.
Oh.
There's so much more, but I think this helps paint the picture of what me and TRB dealt with for years, and I'm just tired of fakes, phonies, and assholes. This is so messed up. You both are absolute class, and I appreciate what you bring to the community. This is absolutely disturbing. I genuinely feel saddened by all of this. That's horrible and unacceptable. I'm so sorry you both had to go through that. I learned a few years back how bad things were getting just around the time of the pandemic. Disavowed and moved away from the entire group surrounding him. It's only gotten worse as time has gone on. This community is not as united like some people try to paint it. This is awful. I'm so sorry you had to deal with that. It's just disgusting. I did defend that video as I thought it was a positive thing. But knowing that it was organized by someone like this, I don't feel right defending it further. Thank you for speaking out about this. John, I'm really sorry to hear you all had to go through this. Reading this is hard, so I can't imagine how you feel. I returned to this community for a safe space, and I'm really glad you shined a light on the hypocrites that try to abuse that. This is the high road.
Guys, if you're not subscribed to Darth Melvin, do it right now.
Nothing against you, OP, but funny how so many staunch defenders of the video are now realizing how messed up after a white guy said so. Do you all realize how messed up this is? When marginalized folks tell you to pay attention, please do so.
Pete Fletcher mocked a pregnant woman. This aligns perfectly with content I've previously made about him. John didn't want to do anything with Pete Fletcher's podathon, and that made Pete Fletcher big mad. Star Wars Sexplained once appeared on this podcast.
The one and only two people
that I trust with my explaining, and that is Alex and Molly. Y'all are doing great. I can't wait for this next segment.
Such ugly behavior has no place in this fandom. Kyle Katarn here.
Kyle Katarn here.
Maddie Stone, who was in the video, got red pilled.
I'm just learning so much information now. I had absolutely no idea about any of this. I'm fairly new on here and don't know anyone's past. I feel horrible for participating in that video, and I'm so incredibly sorry this happened.
Darth Chaco wanted to get more information.
You owe me nothing, but please let me know if you have a brief moment to chat.
Louise Julie learned what kind of monster Pete Fletcher
Star Wars
is.
Outlaws?
As a participant in this video, I was very unaware of this information, and I'm very glad people are speaking out about it. Star Wars Outlaws!
Outlaws!
Star Wars
Outlaws!
Pete Fletcher was exposed. The Disney shills
love
that
it.
participated in his now
Happy
deleted
Thanksgiving,
video
Kelly.
turned on him.
You never even asked me any questions.
This account follows all that were involved. Only a few continue to follow Pete Fletcher. The shills were dividing, imploding. Any shills that weren't in the video also proceeded to unfollow him. The Sexplains don't follow Pete anymore. Maybe it was because of this situation or something different. John Hoey is only red-pilling more people about the awful behavior of Pete Fletcher. The comedy didn't stop with Pete Fletcher's cancellation. Another show from the video had something to hide, and it got exposed.
Star Wars is for everyone, regardless of gender
Or identity.
Oh man, that's a great video, Melvin.
without being attacked for what we enjoy.
I am becoming more powerful than any Jedi has ever dreamed of.
Okay, if you are not subscribed to Melvin, you must subscribe. I was going to do like, oh no, that's not it. We want episode 3. It's 18 minutes. No, we're going to save it for next week. And then we got episode 3, 4, and 5. That was really good though. Good job, Melvin. I need to get some more viewers on these videos. Episode 1 got 13,000. Then went 6.3, 8, 7.5, and 5. I need to get some more views because that's a good video. I don't know why I can't remember the first one. I might have to just rewatch that in my own time. Do that, guys. Before next week, rewatch this video. Rewatch that video. And then we'll be caught up. Properly caught up. All right, let's wrap this shit up. Seal of the week. Let me go to the poll. Oh, that's the wrong one. Here we go. All right, we got 17 votes. How many people we got here? We got 32 people still watching. How you doing, all 32 of you? We get a couple more votes in the poll. We got 19. Can we get that 20 mark? Can we get that 20 mark? We got Jacob as nominee number 1. We've got Star Wars Holocron, nominee number 2. And nominee number 3 is Someone Who Has Hope. Oh, we got the 21. Yep. All right. We'll wrap it up there. Thank you, guys. Let me end this poll. Hooah. It's a bit of a landslide. So, in last place or third place with 9% of the vote was number 3, Someone Who Has Hope. Kind of glad. In second place, with 33% of the vote, was Star Wars Holocron. Decided to get an extended version of The Rise of Skywalker. And in first place, and the winner of this week's Seal of the Week, I think it's a back-to-back win for J.I. Acob with 57% of the vote. Congratulations. He won with this statement. This year has seriously been such a great year for new Star Wars projects. The Acolyte and Skeleton Crew, such different vibes, yet both further expand this universe while also providing that there are truly a Star Wars story for everyone. Congratulations, J.I. Acob. You win this week's Seal of the Week.
Hello, the Jedi.
And we are done. Ladies and gentlemen, we are done. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Appreciate you. Get ready for Skeleton Crew reviews. They will be coming, I'm guessing Sunday, Monday, sometime. We'll have to just wait and see what time that actually drops. And then we'll see you next week for, obviously, we'll be doing a breakdown of episodes 1 and 2 of Skeleton Crew. Other than that, whatever Star Wars news comes, whatever other news that we sort of want to talk about, I know I keep saying it. I do need to start doing more videos. I'm just like, I've been obviously trying to just recover from my trip over to America, like financially. I've had a lot of attention on that, unfortunately. So I'm just trying to recover a little bit from that. And I've been concentrating a lot on work to make sure that I can make a good amount of money over the next at least few months. But I'm sure I'll be able to start working on videos again. And I also like Ryan Reaper. He was doing such a great job for me in regards to thumbnails. I thought he was getting even better and better and better at them. And then I come back from the States and I don't know whether or not he's just taking a break, but I haven't heard from him. And I am really shit with thumbnails. And I was hoping to try and find somebody else to do thumbnails for me, but it looks like I'm just going to have to do some crappy ones for Skeleton Crew. But please don't let that stop you from watching it. I don't think it'll stop you guys, but it might stop others, and that's the thing. Like, the thumbnails were getting so good. Anyway, thanks again, everyone, for being here. I'll be on Flashcast as well. And that'll actually be on my birthday because my birthday's Sunday. I know it's Saturday for a lot of you guys in the States when Flashcast is on, but for me, it'll be Sunday. So I'll be celebrating, probably having a few drinks over there. So this weekend, just quickly with the full Aussie, I don't think we're going to do a full Aussie. They've basically left it up to me, but because we're doing these runs on zombies, and the next morning we're going to be up early because we're trying to do a run to 100, and I've got to try and do that before Flashcast starts. So I don't think that there's going to be a full Aussie this weekend, but there will be basically some full Aussie gaming the next morning, sort of thing. So get ready for that. You can follow me over on Twitch because that's where I'll be streaming. I will be converting over to just streaming on this channel on YouTube. Games. I'm not caring anymore in regards to like algorithms and stuff like that. I'm hoping that it might actually get a few more people over here as well. Because again, Raging Rhino, I'm glad that the name that I've sort of made the channel isn't necessarily just fully Star Wars related, you know. But yeah. Anyway, it's been awesome having you all here. Thank you. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks to the members. I appreciate all of that. You guys have been awesome. And to the people lurking or rewatching the stream, you know I appreciate you guys. So thank you. And do smash the like button and subscribe. All right, we are out of here. What are we going to play? So we play the Acolyte one. We'll play the Acolyte one. We talked a little bit about the Acolyte. We'll painfully watch through this. All right, guys. We'll see you next week for Casual Rage 195. Later.
You'd better put a chick in it. And make it fucking gay as fuck. And I want it lame!
Power of one, the power of two, the power of many. The power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
What?
That is so lame!
They came bounding over.
Fuck off! Disney! You fucking